Matthew here. I hope you're doing great. Let's go and explore the Mecca of underwater biodiversity, Raja Ampat, Indonesia. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back. If you are new to this channel, thanks for checking it out. Subscribe to the channel and give it a like to explore the underwater world, hear the stories behind the shots, and learn what we can all do to help preserve and restore the ocean. Today we'll be headed to the northeast part of Indonesia off the coast of West Papua, a place called Raja Ampat, which is just miles and miles of pristine coral and tropical fish in every direction. Let's take a look at the map. Here we have outlined in red the 17,000 island nation of Indonesia. So it's north of Australia and it includes parts of Borneo, parts of New Guinea. Here's Bali just for reference. Today we're going to explore this part right here, Raja Ampat. Let's zoom in. Raja Ampat literally translates to the four kings. The four kings being Waego, Batanta, Salawati, and of course Mosul in the south. The overall area of Raja Ampat is 4 million hectares. I think I said that right. And 1 hectare is approximately the size of a football field. Raja Ampat is the most diverse place in the ocean, and by a lot. There are over 1,500 species of fish and something like 500 species of coral, which is 75% of all the coral that exists in the world. And when you take a look at these images, you just see life exploding from every direction. And for me, my favorite part about Raja is just the color, and particularly the color on the soft corals. It's hard to describe what it feels like to be in a place where you can look around in every direction and you have coral reef that just seems to expand forever. You have these huge schools of fish and so many different types of fish. Raja Ampat is an example of what a marine ecosystem can look like if we take care of it, if we protect it. 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't the case. Raja was subject to industrial fishing, poaching, and even dynamite fishing by local communities, which blows my mind. Beginning in 2004, the country and international organizations began forming MPAs, marine protected areas, within Raja Ampat. And that program has grown and strengthened over the last 17 years. We'll have a video later on that's dedicated entirely to Raja Ampat's MPA system, which is really an example that can be used and modeled all over the world. The area where Raja Ampat sits is located in a place where there are many different currents coming through from different angles, many of them really coming up from the deep ocean, bringing up all of these nutrients. And that's why so much life can exist there. Take a look at these images where we see a different color of soft coral, this brilliant yellow that's just blooming everywhere. You can see a lot of things floating in the water. Sometimes we call it snow. These particles are primarily nutrients, things like plankton, and that's part of a reason why Raja Ampat is so diverse and so healthy. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and share some love in the comments. All of the shots you've seen so far were filmed on a GoPro, not unlike this one. So these are all GoPro 5 filmed in 1080 at 30 frames per second. And back then in 2017, I was literally just holding a GoPro with a hand here, keeping my body as still as I could. And I would just be kind of trying to stay steady. And when you're a beginner, a lot of the GoPro shots are kind of just you going forward at the fish, which can still be cool sometimes. I wish I had moved on to a rig like this much sooner. I got this one in 2018, and it makes everything so much more stable. I always said I was never going to buy one of those big cameras because why would I? This is so great. And I don't want all those pieces. I remember seeing all the guys taking them apart and putting them together, all the different problems they had, and now I have a GH5. And I love it. So most of the footage that I now shoot is filmed in 4K at 60 frames per second, which allows me to slow it down and get a really nice cinematic feel. In fact, next week we're going to take a look at some GH5 footage that I took in Bonaire earlier this year. Back in March 2017, when I filmed this underwater footage, I didn't have a drone at the time, but I want to share some photos that my good friend Joe Orsi took to show you what Raja looks like from above the surface. Joe is a great friend of mine and an incredible travel photographer. You should check out his Instagram and YouTube at Sky Packing. Not backpacking, but sky packing because he flies. He's got into paramotor, he's nuts, but that's a topic for another day. Thank you for joining me as we explore the incredible world of Raja Ampat, Indonesia. If you'd like to join me for my next underwater adventure, press the subscribe button and the bell next to it. And also in the description, there's going to be a link to the Raja Ampat Marine Reserve, which has a tremendous amount of information about the marine park system in Raja. Thanks a lot, guys, and I will see you soon.